Hi everyone, it's Carolyn, and I'm here to share another channeled message from the LightKeepers, a group of angelic beings I channel on a regular basis. So thanks for joining me again today. And as I always do, I'm going to remind you of two things. First of all, below in the description, you will find a link to a free video, a gift to you from my distance energy healing business. I've collected numerous pieces of information to create a video on how to create flow in your body for health and wellness. And I want to share it with you. It's been a pattern across the course of my business over the last year, and I thought, you know, this is time to actually give this to a larger audience. So anyway, there's that link below. If you're on Higher Self, you may need to wait for me to post a comment or head over to my own YouTube channel, Carolyn Zaiser, and you'll find it in the description box. All right, so enough of that. Oh, secondarily, don't forget my Facebook page, Purple Rain Healing. And that's what I keep forgetting to mention, that you need to go to Purple Rain Healing. That's my business name. And you will find all my short little meditations and other tiny channels, the short channels that I get. I post those there for your enjoyment. So there you go. So let's get on to the channel. So today's channel, as I said, is on the DNA code. This one is different. It actually comes from a healing session that I did on a client. And what is happening right now with the angelic realm that I work with is they are starting to invoke a lot of information for everyone in these individual sessions. Now, everybody gets their own stuff, believe me, but lots of times there's this power-packed piece of information that's for everybody. So what I'm doing is I'm going through my documents and I'm going to share pieces of these because I think we need to know about them. And I just think they help add to the foundation of our learning. So today you're getting one on the DNA code. And I got to tell you, when I first heard about, oh yeah, we get DNA adjustments and upgrades, I kind of went, oh yeah, right, sure. We just have so much DNA and then, you know, that whole thing. And I'm like, I don't know. But I'm always very open-minded. And then I started to see things happen in myself over the course of this awakening. And then I started getting channels on this. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I need to really focus on this a bit more and understand what is really true and real. And I have actually been able to come down to a point where, well, I'll save that for later. I'll get into the channel right now. Okay, let's go, because I could talk about this all day long. I think it's just so intriguing, as I could talk about all of this spiritual awakening, light worker stuff all day long. Okay, all right, here we go. Like I said, it sounds a little different than the other ones in a way. And remember, they're talking about the DNA code. But it is not as though one will have a map in front of oneself to walk the path to begin. Much happens organically in this process, and yet the subtleties of it are massive. You will feel and you will know in your body just so, that it is with this grace that begins to sow the changes in you that are subtle and fine. Because if we were to let it all unwind at once, the human body would revolt and create a study of how one should not know about all the energies that unfold. For this is the process that is of a subtle nature and not mapped out to offer you knowings of what will be coming and what will be bestowing. And instead, you will feel subtleties come and the energies moving into your way and across your nature. That we say, do not look and expect for things to change, and then become bereft when nothing happens and you expect something more. But we say, the next change is right at your door. This is a process that unfolds over what humans call time. So one must be bold to know it is organic and that it comes with each individual's willingness to come along this day. And that we say, with working with your practices and all to be, and not be concerned about what is to come, but instead living in the now and working on oneself to be a lighter being. And as we say, these DNA upgrades are blessed events that come in a wave and are offered to one, and no one can have it all undone or done to oneself all at once. For what would occur, no one wants. The body cannot handle in this realm all of what could happen in one fell swoop, should we offer a complete reboot. For this, we say, could happen today. But no one would ever want to see this in their way, for it would turn into a crisis so great, the human body could never take. A healing crisis, we would say that day, and one would turn into a pile of dust to be. For power there is in the DNA code, and that we say it is so bold of tweaking and knowing and just what is right for each individual human body so that delight can be felt in their way and change is so gentle. And yet sometimes it is still a rattle of the cage that takes place, and this we do not want in anyone's space. So this is why the upgrade one speaks of comes in waves and is something to note that happens again, and you should be told that no worries are for you because we are in charge of this divine adjustment from the stars. Oh my gosh. So when I come out of my sessions, because I meditate and I do the healing and I channel at the same time, I forget all of what comes through. I get kind of little inklings. And I remember thinking on this one, I think they said something about DNA for the first time. Oh my gosh. And I think they've subtly talked about this in past sessions, but they actually came out and said DNA. So I was kind of blown away when I transcribed this back for the client. And I really feel like, as I said earlier, you know, I didn't buy into this DNA thing. I didn't really think about it or these upgrades, but now it makes so much sense after having seen the changes in myself. And honestly, I know the exact days when I've had adjustments happen. Upgrades, DNA code changes, whatever you want to call those. But I have marked them down. I know when something shifted in me because I'm really attuned to my body and the way I feel. And so I know it's reality, and I know there's more offering in our way, and we each, I believe, and I think they kind of indicate this, you know, everybody's different. So often we want it all now. Like I literally stood in my kitchen one day and I put my arms up and I said, I want all my powers now. Give me all my code. Give me all my DNA now. I want it now. And I kind of ended up laughing at myself because I also knew that probably wasn't very realistic, because this is it really is a gentle process, even though it can be difficult as we go through it. But it's not one of those things that sends us, they're not going to give it to us all at once like I wanted, right? So I think I'm going to just leave you with this, but suffice it to say, you know, they really are explaining, you know, what it is and that it's real and why you can't have all your powers at once. So I'll leave you with that today. Again, like, share, and subscribe as you will, and I really appreciate you watching my video.